Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm your crypto sensei and welcome back to the Satoshi Club. Now in today's video we're talking about the El Salvador Bitcoin situation. A lot of you requested for me to actually do this video today. I wanted to go in depth into exactly why El Salvador made the choices that they did and started moving towards a crypto friendly country, right? A crypto city, crypto country, whatever you want to call it. It started off in 2021 and it is not going too well at this point. But before we get into some details, a beautiful article by PWC, one of the big four in the auditing world, and some more about why El Salvador actually lost half of their Bitcoin holdings. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below if you do enjoy the video, and if you have any thoughts or opinions for me, or even questions, or you want to make a discussion, make sure to do it down in the comments below. And without further ado, I think I'm going to get into it, starting off with the population of El Salvador being 6.48 million. The country is in Central or South Central America. You can see it's between Guatemala and Honduras. And one of the more interesting things that I've heard before about Guatemala is, now this is a life hack right here. Don't tell this to anyone. This is only for your eyes. If you want to get some good sort of a reputation for yourself, if you want to have a good backing or whatever, you can write an article about yourself. You can reach out to some reporters in Guatemala who work for CNN in Guatemala, and you can send them your article, pay them a certain amount of money, and they will post you on CNN Guatemala, and then you can tell the whole world that you got written about by CNN. So just a little life hack for you. Now, I did hear this from a friend, so I'm not going to tell you is it true or is it not true, but you might as well try to find out on your own. Now, this is the contents that we're going to be discussing today. It is the PWC article, but before we get into that, let's take a look at why the holdings actually slashed in half by this sell-off that happened a few months back. Basically, their $100 million cryptocurrency bet dropped more than 50% in value. They bought a large amount of 420 coins. That was almost $25 million, and it's all down quite a bit, which is now worth, I believe, 9 billion or something like that. Yeah, $9.5 million. So basically, their holdings fell down by around 60%, but it doesn't really matter because they keep buying the dip somehow, right? So El Salvador is one of the countries that has 51 million in total of crypto holdings, and they do have a GDP of around $25 billion, better than Honduras and better than Nicaragua, the neighboring countries, which makes it a solid contender. Now, this is info from 2020, 2021 and 2022 numbers may be a little bit different. However, it does show that the economy is actually quite solid when it comes to El Salvador. So moving a portion of all of their money into crypto itself is maybe not a bad play at all, especially seeing as we are in sort of a bear market right now. So, this GDP might even continue to grow in the future as Bitcoin holdings start growing. Now, some of the reasons why this actually started, and I'll get this in a second, let's just talk about the actual law that got implemented. It was June 9th of 2021 that El Salvador's government published that they will be making Bitcoin the legal tender within their country. So basically, this is the first country in the world to formally make Bitcoin a legal tender. And basically, it's too soon to tell what this is going to do for the future. Same as, it's too soon to tell what's going to happen with crypto in the future, what's going to happen with DeFi, what's going to happen with people who vape and all of this stuff. It's all normal. We don't have long-term studies on Bitcoin since it has only been out for around 12 years. But the immediate effects of what this legislation actually does include, first of all, Bitcoin can be used to discharge debts in any transaction. It may be accepted as a payment for goods or services. Tax payments can be made in Bitcoin. Any previous obligation expressed in US dollars may be also paid in Bitcoin. Accounting standards all done in Bitcoin. And we're coming up to the reasons why they actually did this. Well, there's three main reasons. One of them is to increase efficiency or reduce costs of international remittances. So if you don't know what remittances are, it is basically when somebody sends money from another country to your own country. It is just a simple flow of money that costs a lot of money to actually do in the traditional banking world. So banks can pay up to 50% of the actual face value in remittance costs when actually sending money overseas, which is a huge cost. And basically, since a lot of El Salvador's actual money, or 20% of the GBP comes, not British pound, GDP comes from remittances, it is very logical to try and cut those costs down, which Bitcoin does help out with. Now, second of all, they want to decrease the percentage of underbanked people. 70% of the population of El Salvador does not have a bank account, and Bitcoin is, as you guys know, crypto is a hub for anybody, whether they have, as long as you have an internet connection, you're able to have access to financial services, or at least, Bitcoin, whether it is classified as a financial service or not as of yet, it doesn't matter. But in El Salvador, it is, because you are able to pay with it, you're able to transfer it, and you are able to pay your taxes with it as well. So this helps, and also reducing reliance upon the US dollar, which, may be not really working for them too well at this point, since the US dollar is quite strong. This is because of geopolitical reasons, it is because of economic reasons, it's because of a lot of different reasons. But when the world is slowly, declining, the US dollar tends to increase in value. Now, the IMF was severely against this digital currency, and they said that it was a great risk. World Bank was also against it. They initially rejected this request from El Salvador to help with the implementation of Bitcoin as a legal tender, but the government was very persistent with what's happening, and basically it happened at the end, right? So these transactions can take place on Bitcoin's Lightning Network, and that's basically all they're doing. They're not using any other cryptocurrencies, simply built upon Bitcoin. Now, this does bring some inefficiencies as well, since a lot of Bitcoin transactions are very, very slow, but it's a start, right? It's the first crypto city or crypto country in the world. It is something that may trigger a revolution to happen over time, and I like the fact that they actually did this, because it could, even though it does pose a risk, it could benefit the people of El Salvador and bring a much greater reward in the future. So it has a good risk to reward ratio, or RR, for those of you that actually know that from like trading and all of that stuff. Now, accessing the Bitcoin system is quite simple. You have exchanges, you have digital ATMs, you have all of this stuff. It's very easy to access for anybody. You have custodial and non-custodial wallets that people are able to use. You're able to convert them with the US dollar, and also implications of all of this stuff when it comes to the legal terminology and everything is also there as well. So when it comes to accounting, when it comes to the legal part, balance sheets, profit and loss, tax reports, volatility risk, everything is calculated even for Bitcoin. So El Salvador is basically creating a new standard for international currency, sending wire transfers in Bitcoin and all of this stuff, and showing the world that it actually is able to fully regulate a crypto society if you just put enough effort into it. And now even the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund are acknowledging this information. So even though their holdings cut in half, it still does not prove that the experiment is wrong, and there is obviously going to be a lot more scenarios coming out in the future, a lot more challenges, and it definitely is a very interesting story to be following into the future. So if you want to find out more about Bitcoin, about El Salvador, and all of this stuff going on, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. This was your episode, your daily episode at the Satoshi Club. I was your crypto sensei for the day, and basically I will be covering this topic at some point in the future, probably to update all of you. And as well as this, I talk about different crypto news. I have different series when it comes to crypto scams, how to invest properly, how to invest wisely, and a lot more stuff coming out in the future. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure to check out the previous ones on both sides of my screen. I don't know which side it is right now. And, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below if you did enjoy the video, and I will see you all in the next one. But before I end it, I'm not a financial advisor, and you should do your own due diligence before investing into anything in the crypto or NFT world. See you guys next time.